Hello Badgers and Hedgehogs, and welcome to our 5th lesson on Jack and the Beanstalk. So today we are going to be using time connectives in our instructions to Jack on how to plant these beans that he's just been given. So yesterday we were using these little flashcards, these kind of post-it notes, to sequence our instructions about how to plant a fruit seed in the right order. So I've kept these for today's lesson, and we are going to be writing them down, but thinking about when we're presenting this to Jack, how can we help signpost these instructions and to make them more interesting for him to follow so that he knows how to plant his beans correctly. So a time connective, we've used a lot of them in year 1 so far this year. A time connective is something that goes at the beginning of our sentence usually, and it can be a word like first. What else could it be? First, I woke up. I brushed my teeth. What could it be? What could that blank be? Could be next. First I woke up, then I brushed my teeth. How do we then signpost what the next thing could be? We could write after. What else? I suppose it could be after that. Can anyone think of some others? First, next, after that. There's another one beginning with a t and a h. Then. First, next, after that, then, and then there's one that you do right at the very end of your list of activities or instructions, and it begins with a f, then an I, and then an n. Now that's the word in French, fin. What does fin mean in French? Finally. Finally. So that means at the end of an activity. So those are a few of our time connectives that are going to help us give these instructions to Jack on how to plant his beans. Hopefully you will have done yesterday's activity and you'll remember what order they all go in, these instructions. I have rubbed them off my boards, so I can't remember the exact order, so you might have to help me and try and remember what the first thing had to be. Can anyone tell me? I think I can hear some people speaking. Oh, I think I found it. This one. Can you remember? Fill the plant pot with soil. That's going to be our first instruction to Jack. He might not want to put his beans in a plant pot. He might just want to dig a hole in his garden. But either way, we need soil. So instead of just writing, fill the plant pot with soil, we need to use one of these time connective words. Which one would be the most appropriate for the beginning of our set of instructions? Would we start with finally? Finally, fill the plant pot with soil? No? Why not? Why does it not make sense to use finally? Yes, you're right. We just talked about how finally is something that happens at the end, so we need to save that one for later. We need something that shows that it's at the beginning. Which one could that be? First, okay. First, and I've written a capital letter with my first because it's the beginning of my sentence. First, fill the plant pot with soil. First, fill the plant pot with soil. Now remember, what have I made sure to include when I've been doing this writing? Got my capital letter. Have I remembered my finger spaces? Let's see. Yep, just about. And have I got my full stop at the end of my sentence? Let's see. Yes, I do. Excellent. First, fill the plant pot with soil. What do we need to do for our next instruction? Maybe we could tick these off as we go along. I could say, yep, I have done first. What happened after that? we need to put our seeds in, don't we? Plant there. Found it. Plant the seeds into the soil is our next one, but I need to use one of my time connectives. What would be the most appropriate one? Can I put finally now? No? Still not yet. Remember, finally happens at the very end. So we could use then, next, or after that. I think all of those would actually make sense. So I'm going to choose next. So next, remember capital letter because it's the next sentence. Next, plant the seeds into the soil. Then you could choose maybe this one or this one, but remember this one goes at the very end. You might actually have some other words that you think might work better than my ones. You could use following that, perhaps, but either way, you have got 6 sentences from yesterday that you sequenced, and your job today is to use these sentences, write them out neatly in a little note to Jack, using our time connectives, first, next, after that, finally, then, and anything else you might think of to help signpost the directions for Jack. Good luck!